What up, though? We back with another video. All praise to the Most High. Christ is King. To all my lock heads. If you don't feel like cutting off your locks, or if you don't feel confident in the choice of cutting off your locks, you don't gotta do it. You know, I feel like that's just a sign of conformity. You know, the respectability politics and I feel like it's a tactic to get people to just follow Babylon more and more and more and stuff like that, whether it's through fear, manipulation, all that other stuff. It's like, my point is, you gotta stand for something. Well, not really, not even that. My point is just don't conform and don't feel pressured into following a path that you're not called to. I've personally been told lots of times that having like my hair or looking some sort of way is not gonna help me become successful. It's gonna take away more than it's gonna add to me. And I can confidently say that that's not true in my experience, because even with these locks, I still ended up getting a job. So yeah, I'm just not gonna fall. I'm not gonna fall for that. And imagine if I did cut off my locks, right? Imagine if I did cut off my locks, knowing that it wasn't really my choice, is not what I wanted to do, right? And I graduate after all the applications that I've done and stuff like that. I just don't get a job. That would just make me feel weird, because not only did you teach me to conform, my conformity didn't add nothing to me. My conformity didn't help me in those type of way, or like push me forward in any sort of way. And plus, why would I even have to conform to a system that's rigged against me in the first place? Why would I follow rules to a game that makes me the enemy, that makes me the final boss or whatever? You know what I'm trying to say? If you actually feel like cutting off your locks, and that's your choice, do what you gotta do. Don't worry about nothing else. But if you don't, then you don't have to. Cause like I said, conforming does not solve all your issues. And it doesn't really help you for real. Even if it helps you in the physical, it's gonna kind of hurt you in the spiritual too. Cause you basically teaching yourself to not be real in order to be accepted or fit in. You basically teaching yourself any type of pushback that you may get from who you are, you're gonna repel that, or is that the right word to use? You're just gonna subtract that out of your life, and in order to get the best outcome for what it is that you experience in whatever context it is. And I just don't think that's the way to live, bro, especially for us set apart ones. Because Samson, he had locks, you feel me? You can see it right here. I don't know what they look like for real, and I'm not gonna try to tell you, but all I can say is this: that if he had 7 locks, he either had an insane sky top, or he had probably some cold wicks or something. I don't know. The main point is just that you lose so much in doing the things to please the world and trying to be and wanting to be accepted by the world, and it can hurt you in ways that aren't necessarily seen through the eyes of people, but you see it every day. Even you don't see it with your own actual physical eyes, but you do still see it. You feel me? So yeah, man. If you let modern day Babylon system orchestrate the choices that you make, and you make it like a habit, you may be one of the ones who end up taking up the mark of the beast and stuff like that, because you've been following the system for so long. You let them convince you and brainwash you that you need to do these certain things in order to live a good life and be successful, when really you just need to live for God. You just need to, apply his teachings into your life and let him guide you. You feel me? And again, if he guides you to cut your locks, do so. And if not, don't feel pressured into doing so for some temporary gain. Because if you saw my last short, I explained like, hey, all of this stuff is temporary. Obviously enjoy it, and obviously, put in the work to the things you gotta do, but it's all temporary. Eternity is such a long time. Such a long time. And in comparison to the life that we live on earth, it could never compare. So yeah, bro, just keep that in mind. All in all, don't conform to like just the respectability politics and stuff like that, because if you do, there's no telling what else you're gonna conform to as time goes on, because they're trying to get as many of us to fall into the system and operate under in like this bubble to try to trick people into thinking like if you do everything right, if you follow everything that the government says, even though that they're operating out of darkness. Yeah, just come on now. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say without saying it. But yeah, dog, just don't conform. Be your most authentic self in Christ. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope y'all having a good day, and it's all love. Shalom.